Amsterdam is the latest film directed by David O.Russel, who is famous for, where is S. Silver? There it is. For directing Silver Linings Playbook, a movie that I still have yet to watch, even though I own it on Blu-ray. A lot of people have recommended that thing to me in the past. And he made American Hustle, which I really like, and also another movie I've never watched, which is JJJ. I can't find J. There it is. Joy. He also directed Joy. So, yeah, he has definitely directed a decent amount of movies. I know he was pretty popular once Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle kind of blew up like they did, won a bunch of Oscars with those movies. Or at least Golden Globes. I don't know if he won a shit ton of Golden Globes with those movies. And then he kind of veered off a little bit after Joy came out. I know that it got nominated for a couple of Oscars, but not a lot of people really loved that movie. Again, I haven't seen it, so I don't know how to feel about it yet. But I was excited for Amsterdam. I really liked a lot of the trailers that I saw. I really loved the cast. It seemed like his usual thing with having a shit ton of people in the cast, a lot of famous people. But I don't know, it had an intriguing story, it had a fun trailer, so I was excited for it. And this is going to be a quicker review because I really don't have a lot to say about Amsterdam. It was fine. It was very fine. It was one of the most fine movies I've seen all year long. Throughout, it's a very, very long movie. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it you can feel that a little bit towards the end. But I thought the first 2/3 were moving pretty quickly. I liked the banter between the main cast. The main cast, or the main three: John David Washington, Christian Bale, Margot Robbie. They were the best part of this movie, definitely. I thought they all really worked well with each other. I thought they were all pretty funny. I liked that they all already had chemistry with each other. It felt like they had been friends for a long time, so I really liked that aspect of the movie. That was definitely the strongest thing that Amsterdam had going for it, and it had some witty writing. It had some intriguing plot points. Like, I never hated it at any point. It's just towards the third act, it really became muddled, and the story started making less and less sense, and it started piling all these plot points on top of each other that, I don't know, they did not conclude in a really satisfying or interesting way. It really wasted a lot of potential and never really was clear on what it wanted to be. I just felt that the third act of this movie really, really sunk it for me. Like, I was enjoying this movie for the most part. I liked the first 2 acts of Amsterdam quite a bit, actually. I just, the last third really killed it in my head. It really just was, come on, man. I don't know. The screenwriting for this movie the script was a complete mess. It all kind of, I don't know. It was a very disappointing third act that didn't do justice to the kind of fun, kind of interesting movie that had been building up to that point. Like, if this movie had stuck the landing, if it had, really put an exclamation point on the end of everything, I would have really, really, I don't know, I would have really enjoyed it, I think. But there's a point in the movie where I go, that's going to happen. He is going to be involved with this somehow. And it happened, and it played out in a way that was just way too obvious, but also way too plain. And that's another factor of this movie, that it is way too plain. It is way too stock and kind of just a David O. Russell movie. Like, it is just his normal style, but in the setting of, like, the 1920s. It was kind of fun. There were moments where I was enjoying it, but there were also a lot of moments where it felt really, really messy and really not well planned out, and really just kind of And towards the end of it, I was thinking very negatively of it. And I feel like I've cooled off on that negative opinion a little bit, but now I just kind of see it as a really mediocre movie that could have been really good. So yeah, it was a little disappointing. I'm gonna give Amsterdam a light C plus, teetering on a C. Like it's very much in the middle of that. But yeah, I would give it a light C plus. It was okay. It was very much just a mediocre movie. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about Amsterdam. My reviews keep getting shorter and shorter. This movie just didn't really give me a lot to talk about. It wasn't that. I don't know. I feel like this was a sloppy review. This movie didn't have a lot going for it. Thank you for watching my review of Amsterdam, and I will see you guys with a review of... I'm not sure yet, but we'll see in the next one. I'll see you guys later.